So I didn't hit the live button for a minute there, and I was like, "What did I do?"
I was wondering what's happening. I was like, I didn't even see the intro for this. What's going on? Hi.
Yeah,
Hello.
I hit it right at the end of the show is about to start. And I was like, oh, there we go. Because I went to look and share the post. And I was like, why can't I find it? Oh, yeah. You got to hit that button up there.
Here we are. Yeah.
Blair's JB's been waiting for us.
Blair's
JB.
JB.
Okay. Are you guys ready? Are you ready for the weekly puppy update?
Yeah.
He's 2 weeks old.
Well, hold on. First, we got to get the human update. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good.
How's life?
I'm doing great. Look at this. Oh, hi. He can see me now.
Oh, wow.
And he's thoroughly unimpressed with everything.
He's cute.
What are you doing? Okay, I'll put you down.
It's like, everything sucks now that my eyes can open.
Yeah, now he's like, crap, now I have to look at these people too. And I think he's starting to be able to hear. Because I'll say something and he'll kind of start wiggling that way. You see his eyes shifting. It's like, oh, okay. But yeah, people update. Things are good. It's my birthday week.
Happy birthday.
Saturday.
How's that going?
I mean, I woke up and I had zero voice this morning.
Why? What happened?
I had no idea.
Just random being hoarse for no reason.
Just totally I went and drank some warm tea and got some honey on my throat and everything. And I had like lozenges and stuff. I was doing everything. Nothing was working. So I had to call into work, and we have a call line and you just leave a voicemail and they take you off the schedule. So I called.
Is that a regular thing that you just go hoarse for no reason? Wow,
no.
you must have had the most scary fucking dream of your entire life last night.
I remember my dream last night. It wasn't scary at all. It was great.
It was some shit that's so scary you completely blocked it out and screamed at the top of your lungs for so long that your voice gave out.
The part that I remember was pretty cool. Like, it was an all right dream. Like, I had no complaints about it. I only slept for a couple of hours, but if you think about it, I spend that 9-hour chunk of my day that I'm working is, hi, this is Sarah, or hey, is this so-and-so, or hey, am I speaking to, like, it's just like
talking
9 hours of talking with maybe 10 seconds in between. And then there's the nightly radio show for an hour. 3 nights a week I do this and the radio show. And then Thursdays it'll be the baseball podcast, the radio show, trivia night. Fridays it'll be the Easy Limbo show and the radio show. It's like, holy crap, I talk like 13 hours a day.
It's a lot of talking, man. That puts the strain on your voice for sure.
Yeah, and I can, it's still a little bit sore, but I've just been I would show you the thing of honey that I've got, but I have it turned upside down because the lid disappeared somewhere. So it's just in a bowl turned upside down so that I can still get to it without having to make a giant mess. But like a large thing of raw and unfiltered honey gone today just to get me to here.
Well, you don't sound bad. Your voice has like a hood to it now, like some drip.
Got a little oomph in there.
Yeah, a little bit of spice.
A little gritty.
And also you seem a bit glammed up. You what's going on?
I didn't have time to do my hair at all.
No, that's wrong. You did your makeup though?
Yeah.
It looks nice.
I didn't work today because I had no voice. So I got my shower I got my shower like 6 hours ahead of time. The kids were at school. I slept in late and then I got up and took my shower and I was sitting there and I was bored. I read like 2 chapters out of a book and then I was like, I'm just gonna play around for the rest of the day.
Well, it looks nice.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
So that's all I've done today.
Joe, your beard looks nice too.
That's solely thanks to the fine people at fellowshipbrand.com.
I was getting ready to say, hey. They have some cool stuff coming online in the next week or so.
Too bad my damn beard won't grow.
Yeah, well, if you put some of this shit on, it will, dude.
You could use
Man,
the oil anyway. Keep it moisturized. Keep it nice.
Yeah, I gotta try my beard. My beard stopped growing. My hair is like it want to fall out. I think turn into a caveman or something. But Joe, how's your new spot working out?
Oh, it's good. It's good, except for I'm honestly just so pissed off right now that my shit is not fucking working for some reason.
You talking about your stream?
Yeah, my mic and nothing's working. I can't hear a goddamn thing. And I haven't touched anything since I was on the radio show last night, so I don't know. It worked fine last night.
Well, you'll figure it out. It doesn't sound bad though. I mean, it doesn't sound or look bad.
Yeah, I'm on my tablet right now. I'm usually on my whole fucking rig, but
It'll be okay.
Yep.
You got this.
it better be, or else I'm gonna start fucking breaking shit. So,
It'll be fine. Don't let it frustrate you.
there, see, now I can see comments. What's up, Bobby? What's up, like mine? There you go.
Show.
In here. Show.
Hey, what up? What up?
What's
Oh,
up?
everybody's piling in.
Hey.
They came to hang out.
Good.
They came to hang out and see my new Lakers background.
I love that. Good for you.
Tony's finally Tony, tell us about your week. You're finally getting your own little spot.
Yeah. My daughter's been staying here with me and my wife pretty much this whole time. So she's graduated. She got a bed. She's moving out. So I get some space to make some room for my creativity.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what's happening there.
That's
So I'm
dope.
excited about that. I've already started the decoration.
Hey.
That's all.
Yeah, because I gotta have my shit looking cool in the background. Like you got cool lights, and Sarah has her cool office set up, and I don't got any. I had nothing.
I've
Now
got
I'm
my
gonna
like you can see my book that I have one chapter left in it, like my my book with the dead body on it.
Yeah.
It's actually
What book is that?
It's called Stiff. It's The Curious Lives of Human Cadavers, recommended by the great Fallon Bowman.
Uh-huh.
So
And
that book is just a look into what happens to the dead bodies.
It's all the different things they do with dead body. Like 95% of it is like if you will your body to research or science or whatever it is, like all the different things they do with the cadavers in those situations, like what they use them for. And it's all over the place. Like there are so many things that I never would have thought that they use dead bodies for. And I'm like, oh, I guess that makes sense.
What is
But-
this thing they use dead bodies for? That's what I want to know.
The strangest.
What prompted you to even read it?
We were talking about it when we had Fallon on in the bunker. We were talking about it, and she said that it's I have learned so much in this book, but the way that this woman writes, it's humorous. Like it's a really heavy subject. And I started out trying to power through it. And then I was like, I need to break this down. So I just read like a chapter at a time because it does get pretty heavy. Like, you got to think about like, this is somebody's family. Of course it's no longer the person. It's just a dead body.
Yeah,
but some of the things they do with them. Yeah. Some of the things they do with them, it's like, oh,
Joe said, what was the strangest?
I think I'm about to read about it because the chapter that I am on, I'll read you the title of it. Chapter's called Eat Me, Medicinal Cannibalism and the Case of the Human Dumplings.
Yikes.
So
Dude.
I think this is going to be a pretty weird one.
Yeah, I'll stick to McDonald's.
Medicinal cannibalism and the human dumplings.
Yes.
Oh.
Not to be confused with medicinal cannabis.
Yeah.
Not the same thing,
totally
guys.
different things here.
Not the same thing.
Totally different. No, like so far they've talked about how they use them to practice plastic surgery techniques and things like that. But when they do it, they don't wheel you the whole body. Like if you're learning how to do a facelift or you're learning a new technique for a facelift, you walk into a seminar full of severed heads under sheets and you go to work and you do your thing. And like they use them, like, that's how they've developed like side airbags in your car and all the different safety features in your car. Dead bodies play a part in that because they'll take like, they'll take all kinds of things and recommend to the bodies to see what force they can take before before your shoulder just comes apart or whatever. And after they do that, then they go and build the crash test dummy to withstand that certain force, and then they do the crash test and see what they can do to improve whatever's happening. And they've used them to test landmines. They use them like to study at what force a body comes apart when it hits the water in a plane crash. All different kinds of things like that. Like there was a whole chapter dedicated to how, if they can't find the black box at a plane crash, how they use the bodies that they're able to recover to determine what happened.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant to use like the bodies. Yeah. Okay. They use the bodies.
Yeah. The bodies in the plane crash, they're able to figure out how the plane fell apart or whatever happened to it before it crashed, using like the types of injuries that the bodies have and stuff. The chapter that I just finished, they talked about how like the possibility of human head transplantation. So that was it's a fun one to read. I think the worst part of it for me has not been like what happens to the dead bodies, but what they do to animals in testing for these things is like they were transplanting, like they were lopping the heads off monkeys and transplanting them onto each other's bodies. Oh. And they were taking dogs and like cutting the head off a dog and putting it on another dog and like attaching it to its neck and things like that. So it was really like, that's been the worst part for me. I'm like, yeah, use the dead bodies. Please leave the dogs alone. Like,
yeah,
I don't like that. Joe's going to try to switch.
Oh no, he tapped out. Yeah, that's insane. Although the dead are dead.
Adam on the other side. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, we're good now.
Woo! There we go.
Sorry, I had to do it. I have a problem. If something's not working, I have to fucking fix it.
It's okay.
I'm fucking mad.
You got it.
Thank you. Anyways, yeah. Now, do you guys think you could do that for a living? Like you could work with fucking dead bodies like that? Like I mean, they're dead, but like just the idea, like that's crazy to me. That's insane.
There's been like they really, a lot of those people, like she talks to the people that do this stuff because she goes and sits in there during these experiments and things like that. And so she'll ask them questions like, how do you do this? How do you work with dead bodies all the time? And, they're all of them are like, you really have to depersonalize it. This isn't it's tissue. Like you have to think of it as tissue. You can't think of it as a deceased person. Like
yeah,
you really
it's meat.
Separation. Yeah, it's bone and tissue. That's all it is. And they've learned to they've learned to make that separation pretty well.
I don't think I could, honestly. I'd be like, whoa, that's fucked.
Like I think if you handed me like an arm and you were like, okay, here you go, I could probably do that. But if you handed me something that had a head on it, I think I would be like,
that's fucked.
Looks like my grandpa. I don't think I can do this. Like, who's this person? Like, it's a little bit weird.
But if they're dead, they're dead.
Yeah, it's like that's like when we were talking about the body farm that night.
I don't think I can go hacking into something. But I mean, if I had to thrive around death, I think I could.
Well, here's the one for you then.
I don't have a problem with death per se.
This one I
don't think any of that shit is real anyway. Anything I see that's too.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think it's real.
Okay, so I just
refuse.
Okay, so like with the part where they're talking about the head transplanting and stuff like that, and they're trying to figure out where like your soul, like your personality is in your body and all those types of things.
Yeah.
Like that's been like very hotly debated throughout the years. Well, when they're trying to like figure all of that out, and they're talking about the head transplantation, they had this whole thing where they experimented for a while, like, because, for a while, the official method of execution in France was the guillotine, and they would cut their heads off. And there were rumors that like the heads were falling into the baskets and they were still like the people were still conscious for a while of what was happening to them. And like the bottoms of the baskets, they would chew on them and things like that. Like those are, I don't know if that's true, but they were talking about that in there.
I don't think they were
And-
chewing, but I'm sure the eyes were blinking or
yeah, so there's an experiment, and it's documented. This man went to the guillotine, and when they cut the guy's head off, he immediately hooked it up to an oxygenated blood supply and was injecting the head with oxygenated blood. Well, he called the guy's name, and the head looked at him. And then it kind of glazed over again, and it looked dead. So they pumped a little bit more in, and he calls the guy's name again, and the eyes fix, and almost like when you're kind of delirious from something, and somebody wakes you up, and he said that's what it looked like to him.
Fuck
But
that.
the head did it 3 times, and after the 3rd time, it would no longer respond.
Yeah.
Is
When
what it
did
says in the book, and I was like,
when did
oh.
this happen? Like, is this a recent event?
It was in like the 50s or something like that. Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
1950s.
Jesus Christ.
I'd have to go. I would
They
have
were
to
all
look
doing, like-
again, because that chapter was so out there, and I was reading everything about it, and I was like, what? Because the
Yeah,
ones
man.
that were in the 1800s, I was like, I don't believe that. Like, I don't.
I believe the
Man.
1800s more than the 1950s or 60s.
Yeah, dude. Those
I
people
was
are
kinda
fucking
like-
crazy.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, the
because in the
stuff that
50s
they
and
did back
60s, we
then.
had all kind of spies and shit over here, and all types of stuff going on. German doctors from World
Yeah.
War II had infiltrated the army and started experiments and all kind of drugs and
Oh,
acid, and there was a lot of stuff going on then. So
the army
you know
experiment
what?
that whew.
So maybe it did happen. It could have possibly happened because after World War
Yeah,
II?
that's JB just said. That's what I was gonna say. The MK Ultra shit.
Yeah,
There you go.
after
That's
World War II, Sarah, a lot of the German soldiers that were in charge of a lot of the sick and twisted stuff that they were doing to the prisoners, they had connections in America already, like through the armed forces and shit. So when World War II were over, those dudes just picked up different identities and came over to America and kept on doing the same shit, under the guise of
Yep.
I'm an American doctor, while
Yeah.
they're slicing half of your face off for medical purposes.
Yeah.
So that probably did happen. Probably pumped them up with acid and
They used them one of the experiments.
Good
Hi,
morning,
Nick.
Nick.
I'm sorry. I saw that you were here a little bit ago, and I was trying to go over and click on that, and I was getting
Morning,
really
Nick.
into this topic. But no, so one of the they used to use them to figure out the stopping power of ammunition. Like they would put the dead bodies up and then bam, 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 and figure out how much damage they were doing internally. Then now they've started using that ballistics gelatin.
Yeah.
That's it's basically the same thing as the meat in your thigh or something like that to see what kind of damage it does, because it's less
Damaging to the body.
Yeah.
that's that stuff that they use on Deadliest Warrior.
That's what I did. I
Yeah.
was just looking at that. I was like, hell yeah, that's that Deadliest Warrior shit. There
That's
you
a
go.
that's a fucking great show.
I love that show. I used to watch the fuck out
because
of
it
it.
doesn't, because if you have if you take a body and you shoot it, there's that entry point, but then you have the body immediately starting to try to heal itself, so it's trying to close itself back up. But with that ballistics gelatin, you shoot that, you see all the way through. You don't see that what it's doing to try and heal, because it's not. Hi, kitty.
So basically, they don't want to spoil the meat.
Yeah. They wanted to be able to see exactly what's happening to everything in the body when it's being shot. So instead of shooting the body and having it immediately try to close itself back up, they shoot the ballistics gel so they can see exactly what kind of path the ammunition's taking and how much damage it's doing all the way.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
1 second, guys.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, we lost tone.
I was just about to be so let's go ahead and talk about our other topic tonight.
We do have one topic
We
that we'll
do.
get to. But
See,
don't
I
know
didn't
what
even
was
mean
going
to go in on this one. So
That was a
just so you
good.
guys
That
know-
was good.
It's a really good book, and if anybody wants to check it, if you want to learn some crazy shit, if you are very sensitive towards animals, it's going to be a little bit hard to read it. I will tell you that much right now, because I've struggled in a few parts. But the monkey head transplant, I was like, you did what?
Yeah, dude.
And there was another scientist that and see, this is where I really started going, these people are dirt bags.
Yeah.
Because they took the head off of a 1-month-old puppy and stitched it onto the body of a husky.
No.
And the puppy would try to play, and the husky was like, leave me alone. What the hell are you doing? And so the puppy was still had the puppy personality while it was attached to the other dog. And I was like, That's not. I was so upset by that part because I've got.
Yeah, that sounds like a Tim Burton movie. That sucks.
Yeah, that's just. I was
Yeah.
like, that's
Yeah.
not right. Why would you do that? But they were trying to test the viability of putting
A fucking head transplant.
a head transplant.
Dude, that
I'll
was
tell
so
you what.
fucked up.
I tell you what, for what it's worth, and to whom it may concern, don't put a head on me.
Nah, man. If I lose my head, just fucking leave it. Just leave it. You know?
But
Well,
I might not be able to talk, so I'll tell you now. Arms, legs, other things. Yeah, let's go on and give it a shot. But my head,
Mm-mm.
literally,
Yeah.
no pun intended.
Yeah.
No pun intended. Mm-mm.
Don't put my head on somebody else. Don't put somebody else's. Like,
Yeah.
cause see, like the problem, like they're talking about it being used like for quadriplegics more than anything else. Like if because
Okay.
their bodies shut down faster and everything else. So what if you were able to take their head and their brain and put it on another body? They're still going to be paralyzed because they haven't figured out how to attach the spinal cord, how to reattach the spinal cord yet.
They're
They'd still be a quadriplegic, but in a healthy body.
They're
is
doing
what
all
they're
sorts of wild shit with stem cells now. I know for a fact I have our girl Madison Olds, who we play on SLE radio a lot. Her boyfriend is a paraplegic.
Mhm.
He was paralyzed from the waist down. They're on their way to Colombia, I believe, this week to get some research done. There is enough money to get this experiment done to help him like walk again.
Wow.
Experimental treatment. So like you can do all sorts of crazy shit with stem cells
Yeah,
these days too.
I believe he will. If he found somebody who has a procedure, he's
Yeah.
probably going to be walking again.
Apparently it's been pretty successful. So there's a chance. Like that's cool. Good for her. Good
You
for
got
them.
to imagine, in the last 50 or 60 years, medicine has gotten to advanced technology and all that.
Fuck.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
what was a paraplegic then probably isn't a paraplegic still today.
That's right.
Yeah.
I've seen spines that have been fused back together and people learned how to walk again.
It's
They didn't have
crazy
that
the shit they
technology
can do
before.
nowadays with physiotherapy, with rehabilitation, with anything like that, like surgery.
My
Christ,
my
fucking
mom
anything.
broke
Yeah,
her back.
sports injuries. ACLs
Yeah.
used to ACLs and whatever the other one was. They
That
used
was
to
to
take
be it.
players out. Now
That was
they
a
come back
career
after 6 months.
it's
Yeah,
nothing.
one of the Braves ace last season, Mike Soroka, snapped his ACL.
Oof.
Or no, it was his Achilles. He snapped his Achilles tendon,
Youch.
pitch it like on a play, and you could see it when they showed the replay. If you watched his ankle, you saw the tendon just snap and roll up his leg, and it was the most gruesome, disgusting thing I had seen in a while. He pitched today, 7 innings, and that was a shortened season. I mean, it was his second or third start, so
That's fucked.
July, August-ish in there is when that happened, and he pitched today.
Wow.
Like
Not
nothing
even a
had ever
full year
happened to
later.
him. Yeah,
That's crazy.
it was like it was nothing. And, Tommy John still takes you out for a year and a half or so if you're a pitcher, but they've done so much with stuff to keep you from losing your career if it's sports or whatever it is, or being able to do this stuff again.
And to keep you from losing that money.
Right? Got to keep that money.
Showing you, son.
Heal
That
up, motherfucker.
contract.
We need them dollars.
Yeah, that contract's not fucking going nowhere. You better get back to work, buddy.
Mhm.
Jesus Christ.
But
All right,
it's
speaking of-
crazy to see the stuff they're doing now.
Speaking of contracts, this guy, what's that guy's name?
What?
Little Nas X.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Y'all
What
hear
am I
about this shit? Fuck me.
Yes.
Everybody's heard about this shit because everybody's mad about this shit.
He sold his soul to the devil a long time ago, but now
Yeah,
he's
that's
making it apparent. So I know you guys saw the shoes.
I have the shoes here.
Have you seen the lap dance?
I've not
I
seen the lap
did.
dance.
I did
Yeah.
see that.
Yes. Well, for those in Joe who don't know, there's a video called Montero.
I know that. I didn't see the
Yeah.
video.
Well, everybody else might not, but it's
Yes.
called Montero, guys. That's the Little Nas X video. He travels down to hell on a stripper pole and gives the devil a lap dance, and then he sells shoes with blood in them.
Man.
Supposedly, I don't know if I believe that there's really blood in these shoes.
I
Does
don't
anybody
believe
Well,
really?
the blood is supposedly from it's 6 employees. It's 6 employees that supposedly work at Mischief, and it's all their blood mixed in with a little bit of water.
See, I don't.
What I read was that it was red ink and there's a drop of blood in each shoe.
Well, each. I don't know about each shoe, but I know it's 6 guys, and each of them use it's their blood that's inside the shoes.
That's so.
Like, imagine the marketing campaign meeting for that. It's like, okay, here's what's up. I want your fucking blood. That's it.
The planning
Yeah.
process, like
Yeah.
for anybody that hasn't seen the shoe, which you have to be living. I saw the shoe.
Last
I
night
was
I saw it.
scrolling through Instagram last night, and Kevin Clancy, that works for Barstool, does these little clips called 1 Minute Man. And they're like 5-minute clips where he's just ranting about a subject. So he went off about this, and he's sitting there in a robe, just ranting and raving about how people are dumb for, the more outraged you are, the faster this is going to sell. These shoes are going to hit eBay again. They're $1,000 right now. They're going to hit eBay for tens
They're
of thousands of dollars.
$1,000.
Like, it's going to be great.
But
They're sold out.
last time I saw, they're 14. They're if you look on
14 now?
eBay. Yeah, it looked like it was 14 last time I saw. They're going to go up because of all the controversy.
Mm-hmm. And Nike's suing because now, like, the one thing that needs to be made very clear, because people are ranting and raving at Nike.
It's not Nike.
Is
They got
not
nothing to do
involved
with this.
in this. Like, Nike
Nothing
has
at
nothing
all.
to do with this. These guys
Nope.
bought 666 pairs of these Air Max 97s and customized them this way.
Yeah.
And it's not the first time that they've done this, because
No.
there's also the Jesus shoe.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
and we're gonna look
Yeah,
at the
I think
Jesus
we
shoe
consider that
too.
one.
Those
So-
Jesus shoes are sick.
I
There
like
are-
the Jesus shoe.
The bottom of the shoe, it has water from the Jordan River that was blessed by a preacher.
Fuck my life. Of course it does, right? Like, fuck.
On the side of both of the shoes, there's Bible scriptures. The
No.
one on the Little Nas X shoe, his whatever the scripture is, it says the devil
I
fell.
saw the devil
heaven
fall
like
like lightning
lightning,
from
yeah.
heaven. It's Luke
The,
10:18.
I don't know the one on the Jesus shoe, but that's something from.
I think it's John 3:16. So this is obviously the Satan shoe.
No, it's not. It's not John 16. It's something. It's a different one.
Is it a different one?
Yeah.
Oh
And then
wait, no, I know what it is. I know where I got that from.
Luke 10:18.
So this is the side of, there's the red water with the drop of blood or whatever it is in it to make it all flowy looking. No, somebody put out a joke that Lil Nas X released his own Jesus shoe that says Chick-fil-A and John 3:16 on the side and everything else. So that's where I kept thinking it was the John 3:16. So here's the Jesus shoe.
So this tight.
It's Matthew 14:25, which is gonna have to Google that. Sorry.
And you know how the Satan shoes, for lack of a better term, or whatever they're called, it has a it has the pentagram on the
Pentagram.
front. I didn't get
Yeah.
a picture of these, but this one has a crucifix.
Okay,
Nice
so
shiny
Matthew
crucifix.
14:25 says, and in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went unto them walking on the sea,
There
Okay.
you go.
which makes
Nice.
sense if there's water from the Jordan River on those.
And you're supposed to be walking on water, because there's water from the blessed water from the Jordan River in those shoes.
Now, what do those go for? Does anybody know what the retail on those guys
A
are?
couple thousand.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, a couple thousand. Same company did the same thing, but Nike didn't sue them about those shoes because there was
No, because it was
controversy.
Jesus.
It was Jesus.
Yeah. And Nike
thought, oh,
probably was
God
like, "Hey,
bless you."
that's free. That's a free promotion, free publicity."
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
right. Yeah, they
But
took
then
it.
Lil Nas X is letting everybody know that he's one of Satan's minions. So they were like, "Oh, whoa, Nelly."
Hold on. Take your little old town road singing self
Well,
back
there
the
you
other
go.
way.
That's right.
See,
That's
like,
right.
okay, just from a personal taste standpoint, I like white sneakers better than black anyway,
Yeah,
and I think these look really sharp.
they do look sharp.
Honestly,
I'm on a mission to get both pairs because I want to wear one of each.
On each foot, one on each
Yep.
foot. Yeah.
Yes.
like and this is not an ugly shoe by any stretch of the imagination. I just have a preference for like a nice clean pair of white sneakers.
Absolutely. Plus, there's just something about wearing satanic footwear that I'd rather not.
Yeah,
Involved.
I mean, like,
I'm
I think
all
I
in.
would, I could see if maybe I don't know, you couldn't even just take the pentagram off the front and wear them because it's got like I don't know.
Yeah, I'd have to leave that pentagram there. I'd have to go balls to the walls.
You got to have the crucifix on one
Yeah.
foot and
Do
the
it.
pentagram on the other.
Got to do it. Both my devils.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I
I'm
don't
on
know,
this
like,
get both pairs.
that is the thing that people like. people want to get real mad about stuff, and everybody wants to yell and scream and shout, and this is wrong, and you can't do this, and blah blah. All you guys are doing is giving it more attention. I never would have known if people
wouldn't have
weren't
given a shit.
if these shoes existed.
Yeah, I'll give a fuck either way, to be honest.
The only thing I know about these shoes, or about Little Nas X to begin with, is that he's very, very flamboyantly gay. That he likes to wear crazy looking outfits, and that he did that Old Town Road song because my kids have made me listen to it 7 billion times.
So that means you're not aware of the pictures of him with a breast job.
No, I haven't seen those.
Yes. You could just Google Little Nas X boob job, and there's picture. Well, probably not. Maybe it should be there. But he had a look like a boob job. I'm sure it was just prosthetics for some kind of video, some kind of movie, or whatever he's doing. But he had titties. Big titties, and he was cracking jokes about what he should do with them. He's a strange kid. Yeah, he's a strange kid. Let me see if I can find
I'm seeing a lot of Kim Kardashian, but not Lil Nas X.
That's insane.
You got those good strong kid filters on.
Oh wait, here it is. Okay. That looks like prosthetics to me, because if you look at it, it's almost like they're blending. Like,
oh yeah, I'm sure they're not real, but geez, my knees, why would I do that? That's almost as bad as putting a $2 billion stone into my brain.
Right.
Next.
That's like ridiculous, like pointless.
Yeah.
See, that's it. Being a celebrity to me looks like a way too much fucking work.
Yeah.
Way too much fucking work. Talent aside, no matter how much talent you have, you still have to do things to keep people involved and entertained in all your little antics and your shenanigans. And I noticed the amount of antics and shenanigans that people have to do because they have to compete with everyone else's. And then for all of the work that they put into becoming celebrities, becoming popular, you have everybody's just waiting for you to do something so they can turn around and shit on you and leave you standing there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work to be a celebrity, and for what?
Yeah.
Look, there's no health insurance. There's no pension.
Right.
You can't retire because once you involve yourself in the cycle of events and embed yourself into people's existences and cultures and lifestyles, that's your living. That's your livelihood. You can't just pull back from it. You can make all that money and you can walk away, but then what happens when that money runs out? Yeah. Because it's all, that's why, it's important that people invest in everything. But I couldn't imagine being a celebrity. It just seems like a lot of fucking work. Seems like a lot of unappreciated work.
Yeah. Yeah, and people don't care. As soon as you piss them off for something, that's it. Or you do something they don't like, that's it.
Yeah, and you can do everything right and you still get canceled. Like,
sure.
Just because one person doesn't like something you did and they turn it into a big deal.
Mm-hmm. And that's why
I'll say about Little Nas X that he has learned that, and he uses it to his advantage. Like he doesn't seem to take his career too seriously, so he does so many things that it becomes.
But he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to, because he hit it with one song, one fucking song. Made him how many millions of dollars? One fucking tune,
Well, he's had a couple other songs after.
Has he? Okay, I don't know anything about the fucking guy.
Yeah, because he followed that up with a couple of still fairly mild, catchy. It's like, the kids will like zip through. Like, what is that? Rodeo's one of them. Panini, like those. They're not like horribly.
Holiday. I got Holiday on one of my playlists in my car. Hey, it's a holiday. So he definitely, his music has sustained him, but he does other stuff to add on to it. Which, hey, I mean, you only live once. Once you got the spotlight, you got to hold on to it. Mm-hmm. I just hope he's buying some Burger Kings or something.
Good or bad.
I hope he's buying some investing in some businesses.
Doing something that he can.
Because who wants to live like that forever? Who wants to get on social media and get attacked every day? That's. I just couldn't imagine being the center of attention all the time.
Yeah, it's just I would get tired of it real quick. Like, it would.
I used to get irritated when all my kids talked to me at one time. It would be like, shut up, all three of you. The baby wasn't even here yet. It was
Like
just three
mine,
of them.
you know, when mine are like, when I start to do one thing and one of the kids is like, hey, can you do this for me? Yeah, give me just a second. Let me finish this. Hey, mom, can you do this? Hey, let me finish it. Like, mom, can you,
Yeah,
like
one
they
thing
have
at a
like
time,
17
goddammit.
things and they want them all done right now. And they're
The
both like,
list
hey,
of
mom,
demands.
hey, mom, hey, mom, hey, mom. And I'm like, one person standing right here using both my hands to take care of this first thing that you needed. So hang on. Like,
Imagine if it was 25,000 people
Yeah.
that paid money to come and see you do a thing.
right.
That's why they do it. I'd fucking blow my fucking head off. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, it's very, like, that's just so. I mean, even the most normal person, you see celebrities that start out and they're like totally normal, totally cool. Like by the time they've been
Yeah.
around for a little bit, they're kind of
Yeah.
weird. Like
They're weird. Yeah, I agree totally.
they're kind of weird. Like even the most laid back, like not really, you know, they're not really looking for the light. They're kind of flying under the radar. Like even like the David Duchovnys of the world and people like that you know who it is, but they're not like real super high profile all the time. Like they're kind of weird. Like
Yeah,
John
they're
Cusack,
weird.
not the highest profile guy on the planet. He's kind of a weirdo. Like they just all kind of gain these major eccentricities, and
Yeah.
you're just like,
Well, you know, this is the crazy part about that to me. You literally, well, okay, we'll say actors because you said David Duchovny and other guys, so we'll say actors. You literally get paid tons of money, so there's expectations and responsibility attached. You get paid good money to beat other people all the time. The
That's
most
right.
successful actor, like, oh wow, he was on this show, he was in that commercial, he was in this movie. Dude, how the fuck does he even know who he is?
yeah,
How can he hold on to whoever he is when you get paid to go? And the better the actor, the deeper into the. Some of these actors have to go to therapy when they're finished with their roles for the movies.
It's like like those method actors. Like I watched an interview one time with Ving Rhames, and they said that he was saying that he would get into he would turn into such the character, like it would just consume him, that his dogs would fucking not know who he was.
Mhm.
And they'd bark at him and lose their goddamn minds because he was a completely different person. Like
That's like, you know, I mean,
he's a weirdo.
yeah, that's like Heath Ledger. Like, you know, a lot of people
Heath Ledger.
think that
Super weirdo.
his dive into being so dedicated to playing that role of the Joker is what led to his death. I mean, it's there, like Jared Leto's a weird guy.
I don't
Like that dude's weird.
Yeah.
Like he gets way into it. And like even guys like Jake Gyllenhaal, like these dudes that lose like 60, 70 pounds for a movie and then gain it all back for the next movie, or they're super jacked in one and super thin in the other. And I mean, like David Duchovny, for an example, like how long did he play Mulder?
Years, 10 years.
And then he turned around
Mulder.
and
He's still
he turned around and did 8 seasons of Californication. So he was that guy. He was Hank Moody for 8 seasons. And it's like, you know, he's stuck with these two characters for so long that you're just like, when you meet him, like if I ever met David Duchovny, I would fully expect him to be like Hank Moody.
Yeah.
Like that's just what I would think was going to happen.
But then don't you think that that's probably the biggest struggle, is like these guys are wanting to meet the character they play.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not.
That's not who I am.
I'm not Mulder. I'm not Hank Moody. I'm fucking David, you asshole. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
Which I would be excited anyway, but I would still just kind of be like, but Hank was such a great character.
Could you just bring Hank out here and we'll have a little talk?
No? Talk to him for a minute. I know you can do it. I know you still got it in there. No, I wouldn't do that to him. But it would just still be like, you know, you like as a consumer watching that, you start to attach that, especially when they're good, when they make that character so believable.
Yeah.
It's hard to see them out and about doing their normal thing and not expect them to have a little bit of that in them. And
Right.
because you're just like, where did you find that to make that such a believable character?
That's right.
Because like I didn't really get that into the X-Files, but I watched every episode of Californication like 700 times, and he nailed that character.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like, I think that's what gets people is when you have an actor that's really good, it's hard for the consumer to separate who they really are from who they play.
Yeah.
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 And then the people go crazy because they're like, "This isn't who I am. This is not me."
Yeah.
Get
That's the same thing
typecast.
with musicians. Like, you've got like all those kids that grew up like Disney stars doing music and Disney TV shows, and now they're all so fucked up.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah.
We're
Being
fucked
a
up.
celebrity has to suck. I mean, I guess the money and all the fame and all this stuff is okay, but it just, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen like a happy celebrity who's still successful and working and powerful and moving around. It's like
Mhm.
once they retire and get the hell away from shit, then they feel much better. But when they're
Bill
in the
Murray seems
throng
like
of
he's
it,
doing okay. He's
yeah.
a weird guy.
He's
but-
fucking-
And
yeah.
he's been weird all the way back to SNL back when I was a little kid. So yeah, I'll give him that. He's
like, I
always
think
been
if
weirdo.
you come into it and you're kind of weird, you can move out of it and still be okay.
Absolutely, because it helps your career. Like, oh, he's a weirdo. Come on over, you weirdo. Let's give you the camera.
That's like Zach Galifianakis. Like, that guy
Yeah.
is, you could tell he's just weird.
Yeah, he's like that all the time.
Yeah.
All
That's
the
not a
time.
character. Yeah.
Does he still do movies?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in anything in a while, but I think he's still doing it here and there.
It's crazy. You work so hard to get to this position, and then you get to that position, and in a few minutes it's gone because there's something else that comes along and knocks you out the way. That's
Mhm.
crazy to me. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
because you constantly, it doesn't matter how good you are at what you do, you constantly have to reinvent yourself in order to stay relevant. Like, you see these women that just ruin their faces trying to keep themselves looking young, and they're 70 years old and they look like this all
Yeah.
the time.
Leather.
Why would you want to do that to yourself?
Yeah, a lot of them do that. Rob Lowe just happened to have gotten lucky. His
Right?
his plastic surgeon is like Jesus
On
Christ or
point.
something. Yeah, because that dude is like, he's amazing looking, but other people you can just look and see. And I always feel so sad for them because I imagine if I got large sums of money, I would invest it and I'd, buy things that would sustain me in the future. But to think that I have to spend the same amounts of money
On my
on
face.
my face and on my physical appearance in order for me to stay relevant in front of a camera, for people to continue to want to look at me,
Mhm.
that's a terrible emotional prison.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I don't know amount of money could take that type of pain away from me.
You know who I think aged like super gracefully was Sean Connery.
Oh yeah.
Like, he was very handsome as a young man. Like, and the older he got, he just, he aged and he didn't change his appearance or anything, but he still he aged very gracefully.
Yeah.
But he also kind of did less and less, of course, as time went on. But when you would see
Right.
him, you were still just like, he just looked like James Bond all the time. Just looked like James Bond and aged.
There's a rumor that he never wore pants in any car movie scenes he was in.
Really?
Have you ever heard that?
No.
Uh-uh.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
They said that he never wore pants. If he was sitting down, he said, "Why wear pants? They're not going to see my pants."
I mean, he's got a point.
Yeah, let me see how true that is.
He's not wrong. Yeah, that's funny. That's hilarious to me.
I would do that. Why not?
Why not?
There's been times where I've been like, I gotta go do easy out. That means I gotta wear pants.
Yeah, here's
Do
a story
I?
about it right here.
Do I really?
Let me see. This isn't necessarily a reliable source per se, but okay, this is bond suits. So that's not anything. Okay, this is an MSN. Yeah. MSN.com, absolutely. Sir Sean Connery filmed scenes wearing only pants if his legs weren't in shot. You can see.
There you go.
I might
He'd be
not-
more comfortable.
Hey, I
Maybe
might not
that's
have
why he
any.
aged
I might
so
not
well.
have on any right now. I don't know.
Like, that's
Yeah,
what I
we
was just
don't know.
saying. I've thought about it a few times, but like, nobody can see me from
No,
here
but
down. I don't need
we-
pants.
We have kids. Something happens, you jump up instinctively. And
Right?
wah, wah, wah.
Whoopsie.
Mm-mm.
Sorry.
Did you guys see the Limbo cast last night? Tony don't wear pants.
I promise I'm always wearing pants. It's fine.
I know you
see
are.
it now. Like, mine would be Jack would come in with something crazy going on. I'd be like, no, jump up and go running. I'd be like, come
They
back.
coming in, smack one of your cheeks with a ruler or something.
I'll be like, sorry, guys.
Sorry.
No pantalones.
I wanted to be comfortable tonight.
Fair enough. That's your right. That's your God-given right.
Well, that's like, there's been a couple times where I've worn like, where I've been like, I have like a whole bunch of t-shirt dresses and stuff like that. And it's just so comfortable to sit around the house when it's hot in something like that. And I'll be doing something on the computer, or we'll be like, there was one night we were live back when Back Home Media was under its previous name. And I was wearing one of those and I jumped up real quick and static had kind of worked it up a little bit. And I was like, well, that
Sorry.
happened.
Get those ratings, girl. Get those ratings.
It's like, sorry about that, everybody. My bad.
By the way, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah. That's so funny.
That's
That's
like
hilarious.
that was like the New Year's Eve show. We were on for what, 3 hours on the New Year's Eve show. I had to
Yeah.
pee for like 2.5 of it, but I had
Yeah,
on one
me
of those
too.
t-shirt dresses and I was like, I'm not moving. I'm not going anywhere.
That's hilarious.
I'm staying right here because that will never happen to me again.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Whew.
Well, fuck, you're like 5 minutes away from your radio show. you know?
Yeah, I know. I've
That's
already
cool.
got everything's ready.
Oh, you got all
I-
set up?
I've got the virtual studio up, ready to go.
What time you start? 9?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, love you guys. Be
Yeah, man.
careful. Be safe.
What happened here?
Y'all
Me
tap
too.
into
Hang on, sorry.
DonnieT-shirtCompany.com. Copper shirt. Use Limbo. What is it? The
In
promo
Limbo.
code. In Limbo.
In limbo.
INLIMBO. In Limbo. Go get your shirt 30% off. And if you don't want to use the promo code, that's fine. But go grab some. I'd appreciate it. So my kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially as kids. God damn it! Come on.
Yes. You too.
Oh, there you go. Hadn't done that yet. So go buy some Satan shoes or some Jesus shoes and get a facelift. That's what you can take away from this.
If you want to be famous, make something crazy. Speaking of, if I have any people that are really good with like designing hands, we have a shirt we need to make for Easy Out Podcast, hand holding a baseball with some pine tar dripping off of it.
Oh,
So anybody that's good at that, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on Instagram, wherever you want to hit me up at. Let me know. Let's do some work because we got to get the shirt out.
make it happen, y'all.
Yes.
Everybody be careful. I'll see you guys in a minute.
Yes. Have a good night, everybody.
Yes, you too.
Well, I don't think it, I thought it, that's different. I said what I said and I meant it, or lamented. Words given weight without thought in a person, the way that I